Hello, everyone, my beautiful rainbow children. Welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Jewish Testament. I use the King James Version of the Christian Bible, however, to put together the prophecy of Israel from the scattered testimony of the Old Testament prophets. It became the Book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. And contained within the Book of Zion, I found a set of instructions which I was uniquely qualified to undertake. So I did it. And as the last thing on my to-do list, to become the Zion of the Most High God of Israel, I am publishing peace here on YouTube and social media platforms by reading to you from my unpublished manuscript of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion. Now, today I'm reading to you from the 27th chapter of the Potsmoker's Bible. It contains the 24th and final chapter of the book of Zion. It's called In the Last Days, and I'm going to take up where I left off, which goes like this. So, the words of our parents become our first thoughts. Those thoughts create our identity. Once we realize or actualize that idea of self, all proceeds from that thought. We are that thought. In this society, that knowledge is missing, not understood, or simply not personal enough to penetrate. So as a result, we are a society of people who speak random thoughts without regard to conscience or consequence. Sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never harm me. Bullshit. Sticks and stones just break my bones, but your words never leave me. I can take an enraged man, and with words I can heal him. Or I can take a happy child and create a mindless zombie with words. Words are far more powerful than guns, because a gun can only affect the body. Words harm or help the soul. The soul survives the body. Harmful words can cast shadows on future lives. Words can do great good or great harm. So, what can a person do once harmed by words? We can we can control the damage or even reverse it. We control each thought that comes. We can choose to reject a thought or reverse a thought or create a new thought instead. Our minds are ours to control. We can, with effort, change the pattern of our thoughts and create a new self-image based on our desire and actions in reality. We don't have to believe what we think. Thoughts aren't random. We must control them, or they will control us. As I said, we live in the now, a battleground where reality is created moment by moment. Each thought is a pattern on this field. If we don't choose what to think about thoughts, those thought patterns randomly form to fill the void. But those thoughts aren't in a void. They are part of us. And the pattern with the most echoes thinks it's self first. So, unless we are taking part in the battle of now, we just think the thought we always think. Be a warrior of words. Take charge of your next thought. Choose what you want to think. Don't just let your thought patterns rule your life. When you decide your next thought, you create a new pattern of thought forms. You must ingrain the new pattern in place of the unwanted one. Fight for your right to think your own identity into being. Create your own next thought. Every human being, be we telepath or not, are subject to thought waves. Our energy matrix is bound by our waveforms. Each thought follows a waveform, first within our matrix, but also out into the larger global matrix. That is a combination of all thought waves, of all living entities that create these waves. Our electromagnetic field, that which protects us from solar energy, is made up of our thought waves. Each thought emits a wave that ripples through the atmosphere, energizing the field. But the strength of the waveform depends on the thought. Negative thoughts are destructive. They disrupt instead of enhancing the field. Our electromagnetic field is weak because our negative thoughts, those waves we emit. We live in a bubble of thoughts. Every thought wave we create bounces around the world a few times before its energy is absorbed into the atmosphere, and those waves are felt by all. Our thoughts combine with those thoughts of others that are similar. Those thoughts enhance the thought forms and give it strength to match your thoughts, making a mountain out of a molehill in our thought bubbles. By choosing willfully what we think, we supersede the random thoughts in the now that not observe the wave. We create reality by thought forms. No random thought, no pattern, no matter how many times it's echoed, can overpower a living thought being generated by a living being. The energy forms are on two different levels. Patterns have no force. By choosing to participate in the action of creation of thoughts, we empower the thoughts we create. These are living thoughts that are bound by a living force, which shatters any shell of a thought, which is a thought form, which is only an echo or a pattern left behind by a previous moment's thought. When we create a new thought, we generate a new pathway in our nerve network. We rearrange all other patterns to conform with the new idea. By repeating the thought over and over, we strengthen the new pathway, even as we weaken the empty pattern embedded in our matrix. Thus, we change our minds. But those old habits, those old thoughts, have a unique power. Habit. We are so busy in life that we get too busy to fight the pattern of our thoughts. So we let those patterns take back over, but altered by the effort, weakened. We must actively break the old pattern so that the new one can become the habit in its stead. Because thoughts are waves, we can use tools like mantras, poetry, music, or storytelling to manipulate the energy of the wave. We can enhance the pattern with rhythm. We amplify the thought form with rhyme. We use a steady beat to create a pattern in our minds. This mantra of words pulses in our nerve network. It shatters any patterns not given solidity by consent. When we agree with a thought, be it a good thought or a bad thought, we give it an anchor. It remains because we choose to believe it. As long as we believe a thing, it has a permanent pattern in our nervous net. Stop believing, and it becomes an empty thought, a pattern once created, but no longer having an active place in the ego or identity, i.e., the mind. So to disagree with a thought is to kill the thought. It's easy to kill a thought. You have to work at killing a pattern, and you have to fight a thought given by another, a foreign thought. To kill a thought, simply deny it. Tell it to go away, reverse it, analyze it, break it down in your mind. Poof, it's gone. A pattern of thoughts is the reason that thought comes back over and over again. You have to keep killing it over and over again. The moment you stop killing it, it wins. Don't lose to a thought. Because each time you kill it, you break down its pathway. When that pathway degrades enough, the thought form that generated the thought shell stops working. The thought form itself becomes a shell, easily forgotten, left behind. When this happens, every other thought that has been created using the outdated template is evaluated in light of the new thought form overlaying it. Our minds become a crazy mess as we seek the new pattern to form into a new thought generator. When this happens, we get to have an epiphany. We change every future thought in the paradigm shift. We change our minds. But what exactly is the mind? Well, it's the threefold being me, myself, and I. Me, that is the person we believe we are and have always been. This comes from foreign thoughts as we grow up. Me is what our parents make us. Myself is the inner person, the soul at the center. No one else can be myself. I choose this part of me. And then there is the I. I is who we project out into the world. It identifies me to all others, and it reflects myself as a mirror. This projection is called either ego or identity. An ego is a false projection of who we want to be, not who we are. Who we are in truth is our identity. Ego is the self we desire, the self of our desired self-image that we project into the world. But our identity is at our core. It is the generator of our thoughts, words, and actions. We are the projected combination of these two aspects of our personality. And I'm going to end there for this session. So the next time I'll take up where I left off. So may the Grey watch over you, guide you, protect you, keep you from all harm, and teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. May they teach you right from wrong. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your guild choice when we get to Camp Zion soon. And if you use drugs, stay happy and high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. I wrote the books. My name is Zion. I love you way too much to say goodbye, so I'm going to say later now.